Hi, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm Mike Sandberg. I live on 12th Avenue. I've been in the Sunset for since I've moved here from New York about 33 years ago. And during the spring and summer, I come to the Arboretum 3 or 4 times a week. And what I see with the fees is something I don't like. I see people from the area, probably people who used to live in San Francisco, and now living in Oakland and Berkeley and Redwood City, and coming and being turned away because they are not city residents. I feel that there's been a sort of a fiefdom set up by the Botanical Garden Society, where they have set aside a certain part of the park where the taxpayers are actually supporting the park as a whole, supporting the police, supporting any emergency services, and supporting the gardeners. I don't think the gardeners are working for Botanical Garden Society.
No, they're employed by the city.
They're working, yeah, for the city. So why should they have, why should they have their own separate part of the park? If they want to have a separate park, let them build it somewhere, any place they want to.
They're separate botanical garden, yeah.
Land and build a park. I enjoy the park for the relaxation. I'm not a fanatical plant. I don't have a fanatical interest in plants and flowers. I just enjoy it as a quiet place to relax, walk around, enjoy some of the wildlife that you see here, and it's just a part of the park that I've grown to like. The idea of charging for it, and I'm really afraid that down the line that the fee will be extended to the residents, and this would be impossible for me. I couldn't afford as many times as I come here. I wouldn't be paying like $7 a shot, to come. It'd be absolutely ridiculous.
It's free if you join the Botanical Garden Society.
Yeah, well,
how do you feel about that?
I have no interest in joining the Botanical Garden Society, especially after what they've done here in establishing this as a, it's almost like a gated, a gated community. I always thought of the park, Golden Gate Park, as being a free thing.
I call it a concentration camp for trees.
That's what it's turning out to be. That's what it's turning out.
They are also planning on putting a $13 greenhouse, and they recently solicited the state government and an 11-0 vote. I believe it was 11-0 from the Park and Rec Commission. They supported this despite the fact the Sierra Club is against it, and this greenhouse is going to be on endangered frog habitat, and also it's going to have a separate access road. How do you feel about
I don't like
a $13 million grant?
Is that in the back area of the garden? Is that being built in the back area?
They haven't built it yet, so it's under discussion.
Okay, anyway, I know I mean the few changes that I've seen, during the last couple of months prior to this, I don't care for any of them. They've widened some of the paths.
At taxpayer expense.
Right, they've made it more of a, I don't know, just an ordinary thing. They've taken away a lot of the feeling of it to me. And I hear they're going to be closing the gates. Right now you can exit anytime you want. I hear they're chasing people out now, at 4 o'clock or 4:30. Well, in the past you used to be able to go out the gates, which would only be working one way as an exit. But I don't know if that's true or not.
But there's really no reason to be closing the gates at any time except for nighttime, because the hours should actually be longer in the summer so people in the area could enjoy it.
Right,
but
right.
I mean, that would lure people to the area, that would bring business to the area. There's no vision in Reckitt Park Department. They're just about like nickel and diming people to death. It's a neoliberal vision. It's a vacant vision as far as the future goes. Right. They think they can just keep raising the prices.
It's very much against the average working person who may be, a city resident but doesn't have his ID with him and doesn't know about this. Some people might not have, who live in the city, might not have a resident, ID, and they could be banned because of that. And then there's also like some people that I've seen in the last few days just watching at the entrances, where they are former residents now living in Berkeley or Oakland or San Rafael, and they come back to visit the city, to visit a friend. They come to the Arboretum, and sure enough, they find they're not welcome unless they pay the fee. You know, these are people, some of them who've been coming to the Arboretum for years and years and enjoying it. So, you know, in conclusion, I hope that they change their mind. I hope that this is still a liberal city, a progressive city, although I have my doubts from time to time.
Well, the progressives voted for this.
And sadly enough, I have heard about the vote. Some of the so-called progressives have supported the fee. I don't understand why. I really don't understand. I mean, to me, a guy like Daly supporting a fee for this is just incredible. I mean, it seems to go against everything he stands for, because this is one of the most, working class.
He called us elitists.
I can't think of a more working class issue than stopping working class people from coming to a part of the park that they've been going to for 30 plus years. I mean, it's just incomprehensible. That's it for now, unless you have a question.
No, I stopped.